My name is Buck Ferguson. My job title when I retired was Senior Director of Investor Relations. But prior to that, I was Director of Administration, and these buildings and this project in this location was my project to have them built and supervise them and then get it going. So that was great fun. I was here about 11 years. I left in mid-1994, and the group I was in was finance, I guess. When we were over our 520 by Burgermaster, we knew we needed more space, and we were renting space hither and yon, and we wanted to consolidate, and my charge was to go out and find a place where we could consolidate in one place. It was a fantastic project. It was great fun, and this is where we ended up. And when these buildings opened, it was an incredible time of excitement because it was March of 1987, and there were two huge things that happened there. First and most important was that was when Microsoft went public and became a public company. And the second was we moved into this campus with 4 buildings. It was building a community so everybody could be together, and they're close by, as you can see, and so it made a huge difference. Bill was very nervous about shutting down all of the computers for Microsoft to make the move, but that's the only way it could be done. And it worked flawlessly. It was a great group of people that did all the move. And we moved into great quarters. The computer room, unlike when I started, the computer room was unlocked and it was like spaghetti on the floor. But everything worked out super, and we built the IT buildings. Now, this was a time of great excitement. When I saw back in February the announcement that these were going to be what I call blown up, I thought that I was fine with that. I thought they'd really served a great function for building community, and people often ask why were they shaped the way they were shaped, and that was a reason to maximize outside offices, windowed offices. And so when we decided the actual size of the office and went to get window frames, they didn't exist. So they were made, custom made in the size. It wasn't a big deal, but they were custom made in the size to fit all of these. This is a great set of buildings, and Microsoft was great then, and the energy you get just walking in here, it's the same. We were so happy that we could find a little spot back in the woods so that we could be sort of away for everything. And when we opened these buildings, John Shirley had said that he thought that they'd last about 5 years. Well, it's been over 30 years. We were really lucky, and worked hard, but the site, if one would recall, the site, all of the land that they're on now, was originally gathered by the Catholic Church to make a great big Catholic center here. They got all the land, couldn't afford to do anything, so they sold it to a Canadian developer who cleared most of it and wanted to go in business with Bellevue Square. And Kemper Freeman Sr. didn't expand Bellevue Square until this project was dead. So this project was laying here. It already had bus routes. It had everything else. And one of the other things that was ironic at the time is we did a sale and lease back because Bill did not want to own any of these buildings. So we bought it and sold it and built it and everything. And I remember talking to him when we first moved in, and one of the buildings had a whole empty floor, and he said, "Do you suppose we could rent it out?" And at that time, there wasn't a chance because we were going so big. So when we finished these buildings, it would be easier to keep all of the equipment right on site and go build buildings 5 and 6. And John Shirley said, "No way. I don't care if we would save money, but if there's an empty building, everybody's going to be after me to give them more employees." So now it was, I can't even begin to express the excitement that was there then and continues about the company. As I said, when I saw the announcement in the paper that these were going to be blown up, I thought they'd served their purpose. They served a great purpose of unifying, building community. But everything has a time, and these 30 years old and the configurations and everything, I think it's great to be able to move on to something new. So I'm happy about it. I'm excited to see what it's going to be.